What is up, everybody? It's Aaron and Ray back again with another episode of Franchise Tagged Fantasy Football Podcast. It's kind of like the old days, right?
It
When
is.
this whole thing first started to take off. But
Yeah. Now we
that's
got
neither
that
here nor
handsome
there.
dude coming in,
I
taking up
know. He's got
screen space.
that Barry White voice where he sounds all good.
Ooh-wee.
So, guys, before we get too far into this, please be sure to smash that thumbs up, hit the notification bell, hit subscribe on YouTube. Go follow us over at Twitter at Franchise TFFB. Yeah, I mean, we're getting into these player profiles. This will
Mhm.
be Zay Flowers Day, Ray. You gonna buy him some flowers?
Boy, do I got the vapors.
Oh my
Whew,
god.
I got the vapors. All right, so
Okay.
let's talk about Zay Flowers for a second. He is my
Uh,
receiver draft crush this season. Watching him through his tape, through the combine, the dude just jumps off the screen every time he touches the ball. So
yeah. Yeah.
one knock on him, he's small, 5'9", 182, and I know that he's 182 because he put 18 pounds of muscle on in between his last collegiate football day and the
The pro
combine.
day. The combine.
Yeah,
So you know who this kind of reminds me of already just from that stat line right there? Devonta
who's that?
Smith.
It does.
Heisman Trophy winner from Alabama.
It does, but I think that there's a better comp of Devonta Smith that we're going to talk about later, but I do like where you're going with that. I do like that. So let's talk about his combine real fast. 4.42 is his 40 time, which is blazing fast. But I think he might be a little faster than that on the football field, watching his tape and whatnot. His 10-yard split was 1.53. His vertical jump was 35.5. Broad jump was 10.7. And
That's
that was all
10
he
foot
did.
7 inches.
Yeah, 10 foot 7 inches. I made the mistake last time. So the one thing that I noticed this last, like going through all these stats and whatnot, was,
Yeah.
man, none of these receivers benched. None of them.
No.
None of them benched.
They're
Those are
all,
gains.
for the most part, smaller. Smaller
Yeah.
frame, smaller stature. It's not your DK Metcalfs or AJ Brown just coming out yoked.
Yeah, the top end of this draft is really what that is all about. Is it's all the slot guys, the possession guys, the guys that are chain movers when you need them, if you know what I mean.
I understand.
Um, all right, so what do you got for the stats there, Aaron?
Woo! 2022 stats. You ready for this?
Yeah.
78 receptions, 1,077 yards, and 12 of those tutters.
And thanks.
12 of
And
them.
danglings. Now, I want to couple this with the fact that he was playing with absolute cheeks at quarterback too. You watch that highlight reel, maybe 30 of those passes you caught
How
were
many?
underthrown.
Let me put it to you this way: how many good NFL quarterbacks have come out of Boston College? There's my point.
I don't
So,
know, but it looked pretty rough.
so
Some other notes, some notable things about him. He's a real loyal guy. He turned down a $600,000 NIL deal because he wanted to stay at Boston College.
yeah. By the way, you know what quarterback did come out of Boston College?
Mhm.
It's that guy behind the scenes, Matt Ryan.
Oh, oh,
Yeah. When we get into our quarterbacks, we'll talk about someone who kind of has a player comparison to Matt Ryan. So, I think they call that foreshadowing, if I'm not
that's
mistaken. But
that's tough.
anyways, go ahead. What are some pros that he's got, bro?
All right, so he's a yak king, makes defenders miss, and is great in the open field vision. You see it again every time he touches the ball. He can take it to the house every time.
Yeah.
He's he tracks the ball well in the air, definitely at a pro level, and has the ability to come back to a poorly thrown ball. You saw that multiple times throughout his last year in college. He's got fluidity in his hips with the most insane agility I've ever seen. This is a note from Brennan himself, the guy that's on the other end of this mic. Right? He said
Behind
that.
the scenes.
Behind the scenes. Can stop on a dime. Absolutely can. You see him shake and bake people like nobody's business. Showed up in the combine with considerable addition of muscle mass, sporting 13 pounds gained with no signs. Oh, I'm sorry, I said 18. It was 13. Signs with no loss of explosiveness or burst. Now, his cons,
Mm,
he does have concentration drops. He isn't
mm.
that big, and he struggles with physicality. But these are things that can kind of be taught at the NFL level. Those are things
Yeah.
that can be taught.
Yeah. Biggest concern with that and I know not every defense is going to press coverage every time, but when they do get in situations of press coverage, especially at the NFL level, if you can't get off the line, man, then there's not a lot that they're going to be able to do for you.
Yeah, I feel like he's got that different kind of burst that can get him off the line.
Yeah.
Some of the comparisons that we had on our show doc here, T.Y. Hilton, maybe I can see. I put down there Tyreek-esque, but maybe not with the top end speed. But Brendan brought up a good point, and I think that this is the best comparison I could see is Steve Smith Sr.
Yeah.
Definitely. I think that is just on the nail. Now, if he can get some of that physicality that Steve Smith had, that grit, you didn't
Yeah.
see a lot of that from his time in Boston College because he didn't really have to show it. He was just more athletic than everybody else. But if he could envelop some of that, I can definitely see that comparison being very nice.
Okay.
Some perfect landing spots, Aaron. What do you got?
Oh, let's see. The Giants. Giants could definitely use a good receiver. They need one. Let's not even act like they don't need one.
Yeah.
Chargers, but as Brennan alluded to in one of these episodes, Chargers are that team, credit to Brennan, that are always just one piece away. Just one. And
I
then
think to me, the Chargers the best spot.
then this will never happen just because they have one of the worst wide receivers rooms in the NFL, but it's the Ravens. They're not going to pay Lamar, so even if they do draft him and they don't have Lamar or whatever happens to Lamar, it's not going to be any good for him when he gets there. So that would be, to me, a bad landing spot without Lamar. With Lamar, great. Without, no.
If he lands in LA with the Chargers, man, that is such a nice spot for him because he doesn't have to do all the things that Mike Williams and Keenan Allen are going to have to do this season. He can just sit there and learn for a little bit.
Yep.
And he's got two of the best guys to learn
They can
from.
literally run him out of the slot where he'd probably flourish.
And think about what they're losing with Eckler. That's what they'd be gaining with Zay Flowers.
Yeah.
Those dump off passes, those quick outs, those quick ins, things like that. I'm really excited about this guy. Really am. Anything else, Aaron?
I have nothing else, man. So, as always, guys, please be sure to smash that thumbs up. It helps videos in the YouTube algorithm. Please hit the notification bell so you know when the other videos in this series are coming out. Hit the subscribe button. It helps the channel grow, helps all of us get out there and extend our reach. And once again, go follow us on Twitter. But until next time, we will see you